Hello everyone! Welcome to the 2025 Dachibi K-Drama Awards. Yes, it is yet another year with me, Dachibi. We are continuing the tradition where I go over all the K-dramas that I watched and dropped in the past year, as well as a few additional fun perks. To go into the specifics, I will be sharing my top picks across all the different K-drama genres and throw in a few fun categories as well. Are you ready? Just so that you know what we're dealing with here, I watched 30 K-dramas in the past year. Of those, 24 completed and 6 were dropped. I'll admit I didn't watch as many K-dramas as I did in prior years, but I think you can tell my life was pretty busy. Anywho's, here are the 24 that I completed. So I think there's still plenty to say and recommend. How many of these did you watch? Okay, but what about the 6 that I dropped? These are it. Let me give you my excuses. My rationale. So let's start with Law in the City. With Lee Jong-suk and Moon Ga-young as the leads, I will say this drama seemed promising, but I think 10 minutes in, I was just like, I'm not really feeling it. So, moving on. Next up is The Divorce Insurance starring Lee Dong-wook, Lee Joo-bin, Lee Kwang-soo, and Lee Da-hee. Lovelies. I swear I was also very excited for this one because obviously this is a very comedic premise and cast is pretty solid, but I kind of just let this one go before I even started it. Oopsies! And then next up we have Pump Up the Healthy Love, which of course stars Jung Eun-ji and Lee Jun-young. Wow, Lee Jun-young had a pretty busy 2025. He was everywhere. But anywho's, I will have to tell you that I did make it as far as episode 10 for this drama. And don't get me wrong, it was definitely fun and it was funny, but I don't know, it was a little too silly and it was all over the place. Then we have My Dearest Nemesis, which stars Moon Ga-young and Choi Hyung-wook. Oh my gosh, I actually made it all the way to episode 15, I think, and I gave up. I dropped it because while the start was obviously fun and I really enjoyed it, it started dragging a lot and just lost its sense of purpose in life. So it was a definite drop. Then we have The Haunted Palace, which is an occult saeguk starring Yuk Sung-jae and Pona. This one is an unfortunate one for me because I actually really enjoyed it and watched all the way through episode 10. But then some things happened in life, I took a pause, and then I kind of forgot about it. So that was my bad. And then the very last K-drama that I dropped this year in 2025 was 12. I was excited by the premise of this one because it seemed like the Korean Avengers, but boy, oh boy, I could not get myself to stay awake for the first 10 seconds. Okay, I'm exaggerating here. It was more like the first 10 minutes, but you get what I mean. Okay, why don't we just let bygones be bygones and focus on the ones that I actually completed? And we can give out some fun awards. Lovely. On that note, let's start with some rom-com and romantic K-dramas. As in prior years, this is one of our most competitive categories. But the winner is When Life Gives You Tangerines. I do want to give shoutouts to Love Scout and Would You Marry Me, but if I were to base my ratings on fluttering feelings, then When Life Gives You Tangerines definitely is the winner here, because those feels transcend generations. Congratulations! Moving on, I have some crime and thriller for you. Again, this is another big one like prior years. And the winner is Undercover High School. I do want to give shoutouts to Trigger, Taxi Driver Season 3, and Weak Hero Class 2. Based on my data, they were falling close behind. But the reason as to why I chose Undercover High School is because this one completely hit it out of the park this year. It had a great dosage of the action thrill that we need, as well as other elements like comedy and maybe a little bit of romance. Importantly, it definitely had a strong plot following the aim of solving a crime/mystery. Our next category is medical K-dramas. Finally, the selection is much more bountiful this year, and the winner is Trauma Code Heroes on Call. Yes, I know medical accuracy goes out the window in this one, but if you wanted that, you should just watch The Pit. But back to K-dramas for a second. Heroes on Call was particularly fun because of how dynamic, fast-paced it was, and it was really diverse in terms of patient stories and situations. Plus, with a solid cast, chemistry, and acting, it's hard to say that this one isn't a winner. Now we have 3 historical K-dramas in the past year. Trust me, all 3 of these are really solid K-dramas, but the winner in my heart is Bon Appetit, Your Majesty. If you have been tuning into this channel for a while now, you know that I absolutely love the K-drama Mr. Queen. This is basically that. So it feels like it's bringing all the fun back with the time travel, the culinary powers of our female lead. It's amazing. I think time slip dramas are really fun in the sense that our main character often lets slip some modern references, and those parts are just absolutely hilarious. Moving along to fantasy/supernatural K-dramas, we have 3 contenders in this category, but the winner is Oh My Ghost Clients. I'm overusing the word fun here, but this drama is so much fun. Plus, basically every 2 episodes deals with a new case, so you're exposed to different stories, and overall it's a very wholesome K-drama as well. There were a couple of very serious K-dramas this year, so onto our mellow K-dramas, we have The Art of Negotiation and Our Unwritten Soul. And the winner for me is Our Unwritten Soul. I think Park Bo-young did a wonderful job here playing 2 characters. This is a K-drama with a lot of dark themes, such as workplace bullying, trauma, self-harm, and just a lot of loss. But this is a story where all the characters also learn to find happiness from inside. Let's pivot a little and talk about wholesome K-dramas. Here we have 5 contenders, and the winner is The Winning Try. To be completely honest, I wasn't even thinking about watching this K-drama because normally I'm not a big fan of sports dramas or youth dramas like this one, but this one had very strong messaging for all ages and all situations. Okay, shall we move on to our special categories? Wait, you didn't forget, right? Because coming right up, we have the most pleasant surprise. And the award goes to Trigger, which honestly, I didn't even think I would enjoy, but the premise is very interesting. It really makes you think about human nature, and the flashy action scenes help. Moving on to Best Couple Award, the winner goes to Baek Kang-hyuk and Yang Jae-won from Trauma Code Heroes on Call. Let me just play the clip for you.
누구세요?
What cuties? Moving on to Scene Stealer Award, and the award goes to Jo Bok-rae from Undercover High School. These were a couple of the most hilarious scenes. Oh no, he needs to sneeze. Wow, that is a way to stop a sneeze? This is so dramatic and awkward. But why is he smiling?
뭔 개소리야!
And the last bonus is my best K-variety recommendations of 2025. All of you know I'm a big fan of Na PD's shows, and his talk shows were definitely on my list in the past year. And these are just a couple of the series that he has on channel Full Moon, which is Aegis Cummings' YouTube channel. There have also been a couple of Game Caterers special this year, specifically with JYP and Starship. Although I'm not super into K-pop, so I was clueless on who the idols were for the most part, these were so much fun to watch. I of course really enjoyed the Starship one because this is basically a season 2 for Starship's artists. It was also great to see Lee Kwang-soo be in his variety element. I'm telling you, he really unleashed it full force. And we have the long-awaited 3 Idiots in Kenya, which reunites part of the cast from New Journey to the West. It took a while for this to come all together, but it is well worth the watch. And plus, they made it to Netflix, so look at you, I guess, coming. But no, seriously, you should check this out. It's a fun 6 episodes, not too long, and it brings back a lot of nostalgia if you used to watch New Journey to the West. And then KKPP Foods was pretty active this year. First with the cafeteria spin-off, and then we had Joy Pops Laugh Pops. Wow, what a mouthful. But seeing the 3 friends, Lee Kwang-soo, Do Kyung-soo, and Kim Woo-bin together and just having a lot of fun, a very tight budget, was hilarious. And last but not least, we have Nana B&B with 17. Following their trip last year, NAPD reunites with this very talented idol group. Oh my gosh, I am in love with just the chemistry, but this was such a wholesome watch and it was a lot of laughter too. I think NAPD just needs to do some more kidnapping. In terms of other K-variety shows, I really enjoyed Adventure by Accident 4 this year. It's a bit rough around the edges, but I think that's the charm of it. A more leisurely watch is House on Wheels, and this time around, Jang Nara joins as part of the guest, which is awesome. They also crossed the ocean into Japan, by the way. Sixth Sense got a reboot with the city tour flavor, and they released 2 seasons this year. I kinda missed the old cast and format, but these were still enjoyable watches this year. And then following the success of Culinary Class Wars last year, a lot of renewed interest in culinary stuff, so we have a reboot of Please Take Care of My Refrigerator, which is another trip down memory lane for me. Though things were kind of awkward when they brought the current South Korean president on as a guest. And then we of course have the currently airing Culinary Class Wars Season 2. I'm only 3 episodes in right now, but so far so good. And then we had a couple more reboots as well, with Crime Scene Zero and also The Great Escape, The Story. I really enjoyed Crime Scene Zero because they brought back most of the OG cast, plus An Yoo-jin from IVE, who had joined in Crime Scene Returns. Both of these shows had amazing budgets, so be sure to be impressed. I was definitely gawking at all the production sets. In case you can't really tell, my production budget is like 0. And I also watched Good Day this year, which I think ended up not being very good days for Kim Tae-ho PD and GD. And that was because of the Kim Soo-hyung scandal that kind of broke out while it was airing. It was off to a promising start and really had a great and meaningful project at its core, but things kind of fell apart. And there you have it, the 2025 Dachibi K-Drama Awards. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my top picks for the year. Thank you for watching, and if you have not subscribed yet, please do. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button and make sure to leave your comments down below on your favorite K-dramas from 2025. And I will see you next time.